Good morning, everybody. This is Mr. Silvera here, principal of Joseph Case Junior High School, with backyard enrichment number 33. Well, pretty nice morning out here today. It was about 35 degrees yesterday. It's close to 55 degrees today. What a difference a day makes. It was raining a little bit earlier, but it isn't raining now, and actually fairly warm. We start this backyard enrichment video, as we do all of our backyard enrichment videos, with some appreciation. This week is National Peace Officers Week, a week set aside to recognize those people in law enforcement who work day to day, putting their lives on the line to keep us all safe. And today, May 15th, is actually National Peace Officers Memorial Day. That was enacted in 1962 by President Kennedy as a day to recognize and remember all of those who have been injured or lost their life in the line of duty, keeping us safe. And that got me to thinking about a longtime friend of mine, Lieutenant Martin from the Swansea Police. Lieutenant Joe Mons has been a friend of mine since we were kids. I knew him when he was a reserve officer, and he worked his way all the way up now to lieutenant. He does a ton of things in the community. He's very active in the Swansea Little League and has been for a lot of years. He's a member of the Park Commission. He's actually a former member of our school council at Joseph Case Junior High School. He coaches football over there at Case. He loves Case High School. He always did. He's the ultimate Cardinal. So here's to you today, Lieutenant Martin, for all the things you do for our community or day to day, and for all those things you do to keep us safe day to day. We appreciate you very much. And again, we'll take just a moment to recognize all those peace officers over the years who have been injured or have lost their life in the line of duty, keeping us safe. Thank you. We honor all of you today. So as I said earlier, we'll get to our backyard enrichment video. Today is going to be a pretty nice day, so I think there's going to be some sunshine and really warm weather in between a little storminess this morning and a little storminess this evening that you might have to dodge. Yesterday we were out in the yard a lot. We did some yard work, actually cut the grass here for the first time and needed it pretty badly. We set up the croquet. We played 2 games of croquet, and Mr. Silvera won both of those games of croquet, so I think the rest of the family is going to have to do a little practicing if they want to keep up. And subsequent to one of our backyard enrichment videos, Mrs. Silvera actually harvested some of the rhubarb, and yesterday she made a strawberry rhubarb pie, so we might partake in a little of that later on today as well. So for today's backyard enrichment video, I was out in the yard walking around and I spotted something along the edge of the woods. Caught my attention. I said that'll be perfect for a backyard enrichment video. It's another flower. It's actually our second flower of the week. We had the violet on Monday. We have another pretty little flower highlight here today that maybe in the past I would have walked right by, but now when I see that, I say that's perfect for backyard enrichment. Let's take a look, see if we can find out something more about it. This is the wood anemone, Anemone quinquefolia, also known as nightcaps, two-leaf anemone, and windflower. It is a perennial herbaceous plant, growing in early spring to 2 to 12 inches tall and dying back down to the root-like rhizomes by midsummer. The rhizomes spread just below the soil surface and grow quickly, contributing to its rapid spread in woodland conditions where it can carpet large areas. The leaf has 3 leaflets, but appears to have 5. The leaves are in 3 parts, deeply lobed lateral leaflets, giving the appearance of 5 leaflets. The leaf veins are branched and not parallel. The solitary flower of wood anemone is usually 4 to 6 white petal-like sepals, although they may rarely be pink or tinged with pink or blue. It has 30 to 60 stamens. Wood windflower is one of the earliest blooming flowers in the rich, moist forests of New England. Look for showy white flowers poking above the dissected leaves, about 3 inches tall. These offer food to pollinators searching for nectar early in the season. Like other anemones, this doesn't have true petals, but petal-like sepals. Wood windflower may have 4 to 9 sepals, but most commonly has 5. The sepals are the leaf-like parts that enclose the flower bud. They are located at the lower part of a flower. The sepals fold under and protect the closed bud from weather or injuries while developing. Usually, there are either 2 or 5 sepals on a flower. The daisy-like flowers of wood anemone open to the day, expanding their petals in the sun. Rain, heavy cloud, and nightfall close them to shut again. The wood anemone is named after the Greek wind god Enemos, who sent his namesake the anemones in early spring to herald his coming. This legend gives the flower its other common name, the windflower. Anemone quinquefolia was named in 1753 by Carl Linnaeus. He described it as having leaves with 5 oval serrated parts, hence the species epithet quinquefolia, meaning 5-leaved. Take a look around today in your yard. Maybe you can see the wood anemone. Well, that's our backyard enrichment video for today, and that certainly is a pretty little flower. Maybe you can get out in the yard today, take a look around. Wildflowers are all around us, so I think that you shall be able to find something pretty. Maybe you can learn a little bit more about it. There's a cardinal under the bird feeder over there, which reminds me, as we always say, we're all in this together. We are all cardinals. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will be back with you on Monday for the 34th edition of the Backyard Enrichment video. Take care.